Yeah, see, about love life, everything was going normal until Jan 10th. So on Jan 10th, basically what happened is that in church with anyone. भाई प्रीतम पूछना क्या चाह रहा है? Did you fell in church with anyone? What is this? Are you asking, have I ever been to church? Are you asking, have I been fell in love with anyone? But पूछना क्या चाह रहा है तू? First clarify that. That is the reason. So yeah, this moment was truly embarrassing for me. I was like, come on, how can this even happen? इतनी शर्म आई, so pissed that day. Hello all, I welcome you all to PUC Mary's YouTube channel, Learning the Smarter Way. So finally, I'm here with a Q&A video which is demanded throughout these days. So tomorrow is your results, and I know kal to lagne wale hain, so thought of making your mood a little bit chill today by this Q&A video. Literally, I'm telling you guys, the video is crazy. The video is really fun. It is truly engaging throughout. ठीक है, सीखने को भी मिलेगा, मस्त मजा भी आएगा, बहुत सारी चीजें पता भी चलेंगे तुम्हें. So it's gonna be crazy video. Even if it is lengthy, by any chance, if it is really lengthy, like more than 15 minutes, something like that, I've attached the timestamps of the exact questions. So please, go to whatever you are interested in, watch that particular thing if you don't have enough time. The very first question, by the way, by Radha is, what if I get below 95% in 12th tomorrow? Yeah, Radha, I'm telling you, to all the people, whatever, see, here she asked 95, but whatever your goal is, if you score above that, below that, are the same, it does not truly matter down the line a few years. Honestly, I'm telling you, I had been the state ranker, and if you ask what was my percentage, I might tell you, but if you ask me, do that carry any significance today? Zero, literally zero. Race marks is just one of the many aspects. So kal अच्छे marks हैं, बुरे marks हैं, जो भी है, forget, move on, see what has been your journey, see to the mistakes, just make sure that you don't repeat your mistakes. ठीक है, so that was the very first question. It does not matter, yeah, truly it does not matter. So the next question is from Millie Gaming 11. Very important question. Why did you delete the Noorul Islam sir controversy video? Guys, honestly, let me clarify first and foremost that the video is not deleted. The video is just turned as private. You can see the screenshot over here in your screen. The video still exists in the channel, okay? But it's just that I've turned it as private. Yeah, see, honestly, I have to tell you, whatever I said in that video, my statement, my point of view, I still stand on the same facts. I still stand on my same argument. But the only problem with that video was the communication. The body language, maybe the tone, the terms, some terms, lately I believe that it was quite harsh on Islam sir. So I was like, let's bring down this video. I was not really satisfied with the tone and body language. हो जाता है भाई. We in our young age, it's really difficult to control ourselves in this kind of situations. How extreme it was, the audacity of him, it was truly uncontrollable for me. Adrenaline was rushing like anything. I was truly not in my control, and that video was shot for the second time. The first video was way too harsh, so they're on my channel. So that's the only reason, but I still stand on the same facts, what I said. Islam sir, or any of the ones who are close to him, if you're watching this, please, you did with me, you didn't even apologize for whatever you did. I don't care, but please don't do this with anyone else. Yeah, it truly hurts. You can't believe that, okay? You can't believe it. Truly hurts. Please don't do it to anybody else. Next question by Usma. When will you upload video exposing government about the board exams, all that stuff? Yeah, I've already done that. The most recent video, which is about why your SSLC and PUC marks are fake. Watch that video before your tomorrow's results, guys. Absolutely necessary. Watch that video. I've exposed what all government did this time. So please watch that video. Usma, upload it. Next by Bhuvan. I have 5 questions, boss. Come on. 1. No. You read the question, the answer is no. Second, what are your views on your government? But I want to ask, what does that mean by your government? I mean, which is my government, bro? I don't know what is that, but yeah, truly, if I have to tell you, be it any government, this, that, or any other party or whatever, I believe everyone are working for themselves, bro. They are not serving for the people. They are making sure that the generations to come, which are about to come in their entire lineage, that does not have to think about, earning a single money. Just sit back on the couch and relax. That's what they are making sure of. We have enough examples to these. I don't want to explicitly mention any minister or any activity. You can relate to that. So that's the thing, yeah. Kuch bhi bolo government ke bare, it does not make sense. Third, what do you do in your free time? In my free time, I do a lot of things, Milta nahi hai free time, but whenever I get some time, I actually, try to make some free time. So in that, I talk with my mom, with my family members. If I have my nephews and nieces at home, I play with them, I trouble them like anything. You must have seen my videos on Insta. If you want to see, you can just search @SayyedSaad008, and one of the highlights are nephews and nieces. You can watch that. I play with them, spend some quality time with them. Sometimes I also binge watch videos, doom scrolling, which you call it as. Rarely do I do that. And the best thing which I do is sleeping. Sleeping is not a hobby. It's a lifestyle. I read this somewhere, and it's kind of resonates with me. Okay, so fourth, what's the motive of starting YouTube channel? Is it for short form or long form? Always long form, bro. So see, the fundamental thing is long form. It's always going to be long form. I'm never going to change that. Is your channel monetized? Chava. No, my channel is not monetized yet. Neither have I earned a single penny from YouTube, boss. I'm telling you honestly, सच्ची बता रहा हूँ. Channel ki kasam, सच्ची, I have not earned a single penny from YouTube so far, and neither is my channel monetized. Probably it might be monetized down the line through 2-3 months, I believe. Let's see. If it happens, I'll truly tell you. Okay, so the next question by Kapil. तुम्हारा कोर्स कौन सा है सेंट्रल कैंपस में और कितने गर्लफ्रेंड्स हैं? कोर्स तो बीकॉम है, पता ही है, बीकॉम जनरल, नो स्पेशलाइजेशन. Girlfriends about love life I'll be telling at the end, so make sure you watch that. बोलूँगा लास्ट में. Next by Sanjay Kumar TS. How did you choose your college degree? See, I chose my college degree based on all the aspects which turned out to be positive in the video which I've mentioned, first video on what to do after class 12 commerce. उसमें जो भी मैंने parameters बताए थे, everything was ticked at Christ, so that's the reason why I joined Christ. And what is your future plans after UG completion? Yeah, probably I would be doing jobs and businesses. I'm really interested in continuing formal education, doing my PG. I probably 90% I'm sure that I'm not going to do that. Self-learning will always continue. Learning will continue. Formal learning will stop. Okay, that's the difference. Learning till the end, last breath of my life I'd be learning. Next question by Sharif. He asked, which round of Christ entrance did you attend last year? The very first round, and alhamdulillah, I got in the very first round itself. Did Christ reduce your fees or awarded scholarship for having good marks? No, yeah. Christ does not do that. This year they have some, concession from some explicit programs, but usually speaking to you, they won't do it. Because the thing is, there are many students, literally many students, are those who have scored 90 plus in their class 12, second PUC, whatever. If they provide concession to all of them, they'll go bankrupt then. So usually they don't, and neither did they do for me. Next by Mahi. Tells, I love CSK. I'll just tell one word, bro. Please don't mind, okay? Team David. Emotionally disturbed now, Mahi. Anyways, next question by XYZ. What was your business revenue and the net profit? I can't, track who asked this question because I turned off the option for that. So anyways, you must be someone in the group or someone who's have, seen my Instagram. Anyways, from the business, truly speaking, I made good money. Okay? Not in terms of numbers, but in terms of percentage. The net profit ka percentage was crazy. It was really good, and we made decent money. We made good money out of that. Actually, there was scope to make more, but since my exams were there, my co-founders' exams were there. We had exams. We both had exams, so we couldn't scale it to a level that it was possible. Unfortunately, we had to stop. Because of our exams, but we really made good money, and we are going to scale it to an extent that no one can think of. We are going to do crazy job next Ramzan regarding that, building different businesses also, by the way. Apart from that, one idea I would like to give, because you are my subscribers, I can't state explicit numbers because when we got into the partnership, we both had some rules which we both have to abide with that. One among which was not sharing the explicit numbers to anyone except family members. Okay? So that's the reason I can't tell the explicit numbers, but I can give you an idea. If I had invested 10, I made anywhere above 5. Okay, net profit anywhere above 5. So this much I can tell you, bro. Okay. Next question by Shoaib. How do you manage college, project, exam, YouTube, and work? There are more to it. I don't speak about everything, but yes, it is quite difficult. Yeah, it is honestly not easy. But if you're why, strong things happen, and if you don't get into this distraction of social media, things can be managed. What do I mean by why? See, why is those reasons which forces you to be disciplined, consistent, and stops you from all the distractions. So make sure, I always tell this, if your why is strong, how becomes easy. That's the only thing, and it's the case, it's the case that I've not excelled, to extent, great extent in all of these cases. किसी में कुछ अच्छा हुआ, किसी में कुछ कम हुआ, किसी में कुछ ज़्यादा हुआ. So it's always been, up and down case in a lot of these things, but I'll try to improve. I'll try to work on that. That's how, things grow. That's how things work out. It's not that every time it's an exponential growth. It's a linear growth as well. So we have to have a holistic view regarding that. So yeah, sure. I think so. I answered your question. Sidra asks, what daily routine or systems help you stay disciplined long term? Yeah, routine to hai, I don't want to, I actually don't tell my explicitly, I don't tell my schedule or routine to anyone. No one knows that. I don't tell tickets to myself. There are a few things which has to be kept private, I believe. So one among that is routine and schedule. But as a whole, if I have to tell you, Sidra, and all the ones who want to know about this, see, regarding time management and routine, I would tell you to watch Ankur Warikoo ka video. It will really help. Just search time management Ankur Warikoo. Okay, you will get that video. Follow that. You know what? Discipline is always about sacrificing what you want to do right now to achieve something which you want to achieve later on, to get that. For example, this moment, I'm on my study table and I'm getting that urges to spend some time watching reels. So this is what I want to do right now. Okay, right now ka thing. It does not fetch me anything. But if I sacrifice this to do some other work, maybe work on business, skills, or on YouTube or something like that, for what I want to achieve down the line, a few days or months or years, this is what discipline is actually about. So you must have that sacrificing ability in you, right? So if you sacrifice what you want right now to achieve something on a later stage, that is discipline. So it is a muscle, guys. It has to be trained. Discipline is not a one-time thing. It is not a OTP. Dalo aa gaya discipline. Aisa nahi hota. It has to be built, in consistency. It takes time. So make sure you start one step each time and reach to a greater level of discipline. Next question by Radha. Yeah, this is done. Okay, this is done. Sorry. Next question by Vishaka. What is your vision? Okay, what is my vision? Even I have to think about that, Vishaka, but in simple, I have to tell you, keeping things simple, my vision is only about excellence. Whatever I do, the thing is, either I have to be the only one doing it, or I have to be the one who is doing it in the best possible manner, as it is said, either the one or the best one. So, which is basically excellence, that is what I strive for. If you see my Instagram bio as well, the very first line is written as restless and relentless. So, yeah, that is vision. Okay, Sidra Fatima asks, which course are you currently studying? BCom honors, I've said that. And what do you aspire to become? What do I aspire to become? Yeah, see, in terms of career, I aspire to become a great entrepreneur. Being said that, I also want to do, good enough and achieve a lot in my corporate career, you know, in management consultant, being as a management consultant, and in FPA, which is financial planning and analysis, and you know, product managers, things like this, because this is what I'm good at, this is what I do, you know, that ikigai wala thing. So this is what, you know, this comes into these 2-3 things. So that's what I aspire to become, honestly. Vishaka, so many questions, come on. She asks, आप इतने discipline और consistent कैसे हो, आप कभी distract नहीं होते क्या? Vishaka, truly I'm telling you, if someone tells me that he or she does not get distracted, I treat this in 2 ways. Either he or she is completely lying, it is not possible, everyone gets distracted. The other is that he's dead, he's animal, something like that. So if you are a human being, you obviously get distracted, yeah, but the thing is, it's you, you know, it's in your hand how you control that. Okay, it's not in your, you know, for example, let me take a example. I think so with that I can explain this better. Let's suppose, you know, you know, the attraction towards opposite gender is a distraction. Can you stop that? Can you stop, you know, being attracted? Or, you know, it does not happen. Opposite gender will attract you, and that is for sure, because that's how God has, you know, biologically wired us. But once that, you know, distraction comes in, once that urges comes in, it depends on you how you control it, whether you let that thoughts to be entertained and continue, or whether you let go of that. It also depends, you know, you lowering down your gaze, you protecting what you see, you're, you know, protecting your gaze. So it depends. This is what controlling is all about. Okay, so again, if this is what I'm telling you, you know, I'm explaining the what. If you ask me why, it brings down me to the same thing. Yeah, I'm telling you the nth time, I'm telling you the last time, your why must be strong. It is the why which forces you to be disciplined. It is the why which forces you to be consistent, and it is the same why which stops you from the distractions. So make sure, you know, you have some strong why. Again, I can't explicitly mention my why, but to give you an idea, you know, all the reasons why I'm doing all this, I want to achieve XYZ things. Barely do I have anything in that list for me. It is everything about my family members, my parents, and, you know, the people who are important to me, you know, as a whole, as a society. So see what drives you, see what are your values, you know, figure out what is the one thing that drives you, and make sure you have that as your why, and that is what will motivate you guys. I hope so you answered your question, Vishaka. Sidra asks another question: how many siblings you have and what are they doing? So I have 3 siblings and I'm the youngest one. I think so you'd be shocked to know that I'm the youngest one. So I have 3 elder sisters, highly educated, all are married, and they're having cute little children, you know, my nephews and nieces. You must have seen them, right? So siblings. From which school you completed your 10th grade? It was state syllabus SSLC, not 10th, and it was from Emmanuel School, you know, just some I think so it is barely 40 to 60 meters from my home. But aise nikal ke udhar either gate khula and udhar ghus gaye. It was like that. Okay, so that's where I did my 10th from. SMR asked, why did you choose commerce? Yeah, see, I have, you know, I was very sure about my business acumen, because I'm possessing business acumen from a very young age. You know, literally, if I have to tell you, I was so young when I did my first, you know, business kind of activity. Yeah, it was 5th, if I'm not wrong. It was either 4th or 5th, and I had made some roughly 40-50 rupees, I think. I barely remember that. 40-50 rupees banaya tha, and I always have been possessing that business acumen. And then again, you know, in my this one lockdown, in lockdown I was 7th or 8th grade student, and at that point of time, you know, I'd made around 4 to 5K. So, you know, it was something really great for me. You imagine, yaar, the one who barely knows anything, in 7th or 8th grade, abhi, you know, puberty bhi sahi se lagi hai, and at that point of time earning 4 and 5K is really a very big thing, at least to me. So, you know, I was very sure in my, you know, being said that these activities and all these things, I'm possessing a really good business acumen, and I have to go with commerce. Although I scored 97 in my SSLC, everyone around me were forcing me to, you know, take up science, but yeah, this is the reason I chose commerce. What incident or what thing motivates you to learn? Honestly, SMR, I don't think so. There should be a thing to motivate, or there should be an incident to motivate you to learn. Learning is something which is non-negotiable when we are young age, you know, when we are in our teenage, when we are youth. Because as Kunal Shah says, the one thing which you have to possess is being absolutely becoming learning machines. That is the only way you can grow in your life, learning, you know, and make sure that learning does not mean from formal education. Let me tell you a very powerful quote. Formal education will provide you a living maximum, but self-education will provide you a fortune. Okay, so make sure you focus on self-education as well. Neerav asked, hi, if you want to tell, I just wanted to ask you, do you have a girlfriend? See, I'm not okay, but I do have a female best friend. She's supposed to be like, hi, I'm expressive. Okay, so you must have a girlfriend. Yeah, see, Neerav, first of all, I'm really happy for you that you have a friend, a female best friend, who supports you in a way that you can't even express. That is truly a gem, honestly. But you asking me that you must have a girlfriend, see, फिर से लास्ट में बताऊंगा ये आराम से टाइम लेके थ्रू I'll talk about love life at the end. I don't have any female best friends though, and I truly believe that there is nothing called as female best friends, female friends, female best friends. There is nothing like that. Either it is a stranger or it is girlfriend. There is nothing between this, because when you are in friendship with a, you know, opposite gender, one among the both gets feelings to other. Especially अगर लड़की सुंदर है तो पक्का वो होगा ही. So there is nothing like female best friend, best friend, except it as a girlfriend or stranger. One among the two, there is nothing apart from this. Okay, so yeah, Again, another question from Nirav is, I want to know about your whole journey from childhood, like a story time. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Nirav, you showing interest in that. But I think so we can make a story time video sometimes. We'll see to that. Okay. And most importantly, about all the strategy for studying, and do you follow any timetable for timetable for good time management. Regarding time management, I'll tell you again. Please watch Ankur Warikuka video. It is really good. He speaks about a lot of strategies, lot of things in that. Pick only those which are feasible to you. Okay, you will learn time management well from that. Talking about strategies, yeah, strategies are really important. Basically, analytical thinking, if I have to tell you about, you can build analytical thinking from three things. There are many, but I want to tell you three things. बोलते नहीं है लोग, but सुन लो. You are my subscribers. You deserve to listen to this. One is first principles thinking. This is a mental model. Another mental model is second order thinking, and the third thing is RCA, root cause analysis. Try to learn these three things, yeah, and it will change your analytical thinking. You'll make good strategies and a lot of good things. So yeah. That. Vishaka, again, Vishaka, what is your favorite topic you like to speak about? Religion, discipline, growth, money, business, career. These are the topics which I can talk day in, day out. Yeah. Millie Stella asks, what qualities do you want in a partner, and when do you plan to get married? Yeah, this was very very different question, honestly. Never in my life have I ever thought about these things, but the moment this question was posed to me in the Google form in an abstract way, I really took time to think about this, because yeah, we are young adults. We are not mere children. Okay, when government is allowing you to drive the vehicle, to vote, it is for some reason, right? Being young adults, I think so we must have some idea about these things in our life. We may not be desperate about it, but having an idea is important. So being said this, I really thought about this for 2 long days, Millie, literally 2 long days. This was the very most difficult question for me. Saw many videos, considered many different perspectives, and I've developed mine. Okay, so the conclusion is, when you ask me when do I plan to get married, yeah, see, I don't have any fixed, explicit year. Okay, 25, 27, 23, 30. I have nothing like that. But rather than that, what I think is, see, listen to these guys. Usually there are two extremes. One is that people marry when they're too young. Okay, it is emotional marriage, I believe, 18, 19. They don't even have the bare minimum with them. That is wrong. The other is that people marry when they are completely settled, when they have a rock solid career with them, when they have cars with them, they have built good things, businesses, great career, they have plots, they have lands, they have sites, they are completely settled, financially independence, if you call it as. Even at that time marrying, I believe that is wrong. Okay, I don't think that is truly correct, because when a girl is marrying you in that particular life stage, their family members and the girl itself is marrying you not solely because of you, but also because what you are possessing, right? You are not the only reason for the marriage. It is also what you are possessing. I hope so you understand that. I'm telling very explicitly, right, in a very open language, so you must understand it, right? So I think so this is wrong. Yeah, the marriage should be done considering only the two people, not what they are possessing. So what I would rather suggest for me, and would as a whole, what I would suggest to me is that marrying somewhat when financial stability exists, you can easily take care of the family members, also her, aram se, there is no issue in that. The stability is there, bare minimum is there, the stability is there, but you are building the independence. You are still in a stage to build your career. I think so that's the right moment. Why? Because you will get that support, you will get that emotional support, you will get that a true best friend. And what is more important in this, because if someone marries you at this particular stage in your life, they are truly loving you, they are truly believing in you, and they are not marrying you because of what you possess. They are believing you that, okay, this person does not have all these things with him, but no sooner he might possess it, he will possess it. This is the belief system which is required. I think so I believe the girl who would believe in you at the time you would have bare minimum, and become your life partner, truly deserves everything the moment you have all that with you. I think so she is the one who truly deserves that, to enjoy, to possess all these things when you have that, because she is the one who believed in you when you had bare minimum, when you were struggling, when you're still building. So I don't know how far this resonates with you, but this is what I've planned. This is what is there in my mind, at least. Okay, but the next question is, what qualities do you want in a partner? Honestly, when you talk about the institution of marriage, how can we forget the concept of religion, right? So a lot of religious things like niqabi, iman, and akhlaq, all that, these things are pretty much irrelevant to talk about in this video, right? So the other fundamental thing is the belief system, the belief which I've already talked about. There shouldn't be just love, but there should be belief in that. There should be trust, through trust, belief. That is something important. And the loyalty, all such things, the fundamental things. These are the qualities. Really, Millie, Stella, this is the question which I've put in the maximum efforts. I hope I answered it to some extent. Yashas ask about your love life. Bhai, love life end mein bataunga. How many ex did you have in past? At least this I would like to tell you. No ex. Love life at the end. Watch that. Okay, Anaga. Oh my God, Anaga. So many questions. Number one question. Yeah, I'm not disciplined. You read the question, pause and read the question. I'll just tell the answer. I'm not that disciplined when the life is a little bit stressful. I have to work on that, honestly. Your communications are very strong. How did you deal with it? Honestly, Anaga, I'm telling you, I didn't work on my communication. Actually, I want to, I want to take some course. I want to watch some YouTube videos. Whatever I have right now is purely inbuilt. I must thank God. I'm grateful to God that He has given me this inbuilt skill of communicating well. But I don't know. I have really, I didn't explicitly work on that. What is your advice to students who have completed class 12? The only advice I would like to give them is one: holistic approach. Yeah, study everything, learn everything. Make sure you utilize your time now, because if you don't, you're gonna struggle down the line a few years. Learn AI. Have a holistic approach to all the things in your life. That is something really important. And try to do something else. Try to earn some money in your college life. Not to make money, not to show off, not to stupidly spend that, but to earn money, it requires a lot of stuff. The reason we want to earn money is to learn, is to become something capable of, because you would earn only when you're capable. We are earning not to enjoy those expenditure, not to spend, but we are earning to become capable. Okay, have this kind of mindset and try to earn money. This was said by Rizwan, by the way, the Rizwan bhai, who is debut uska kuch company hai Dubai real estate ka. He really pointed that right. I think so. The same advice I would like to give. What is your ultimate career goal? I can't tell this here, honestly. If you had asked me career goal, I would tell, but ultimate means the whole thing. And I think I prefer to keep some things as private. So yeah. Also, could you please share any side hustle idea? See, what I'll tell you, use the T approach. T has a slanting line and it has a standing line. So slanting horizontal line is basically keeping 5-6 things: X, Y, Z, A, B, C, 6 things. Explore all those 5-6 different side hustle ideas. When you work a little bit on all those 5-6 ideas, you will end up choosing one among that which excites you the most, which you're really interested in. Draw a standing line on that. I mean, go deeper into it, learn that skill inside out, and fetch good money out of that. Serve for foreign clients. So this is what I would like to tell. The sixth question, I have read the question. I would directly answer that. Yeah, see, it is true that ACCA ka utna zyada scope nahi hai as compared to other, because ACCA ka bas top companies mein hoga. So if you are doing ACCA, make sure you get it to good colleges, because from there you would be getting placements. You will be having the opportunity of being placed at good colleges. Thereby your ACCA is reckoned. Okay, so that is what you have to do. What are your hobbies? My hobbies include listening to soulful, soothing nasheeds. Nasheeds, that's basically Islamic kind of songs, and then making content, guys. Making content for you is my topmost priority and hobbies. And reading, watching podcasts. Reading some good stuff out there. On the internet, in the books. These are a couple of my hobbies. Next, then a girl asks, I would rather prefer to blur her name. Just please read this. It will take a lot of time reading this. I would rather suggest directly answer. Yeah, to the girl who asked this. Yeah, see, I'll tell you, you have to maintain some boundaries with your friends. Whenever you see they're crossing that boundaries, make sure you stop them. Make sure you won't provide them the freedom to play with you as if you're a toy. Okay, make sure that does not happen with you. Make sure you fix that boundaries. I have boundaries fixed with my closest friends also. Even though if you are my closest friend, you must possess some boundaries. To that extent, I have built boundaries, because that is important, right? So I would suggest you to do the same. And one message I want to drop to the boys all here. Yeah, just read this. She experienced this in your first PUC. She's carrying now in second PUC, also after second PUC. And in a Google form like this, instead of being very curious, instead of asking some funny question, she has narrated her entire story, boss. Can you think of the mental pressure, mental impact she's carrying? Yeah, boys, it might be easier for you to play with like this with somebody, but see the impact they are having mentally. Please don't do this. I'm telling you, don't think karma is something, just a topic, just a random theory. It will certainly come back to you. If you do this with any other girl out there, it will come back to your daughter, it will come back to your sister, it will come back to your females who you are related with. It will certainly come back to you. Make sure you live a decent life. Yeah, don't do these kind of cheap things. Because of boys like you, the entire male society gets bad name. Make sure you don't do this any other time, and any other things like this. Bhumika asked this. Somewhat it is a similar question. You can stop and read the entire question. Yeah, Bhumika, what I would like to tell you is that it's not that you have to completely change your good girl wala behavior. It's just that you have to alter that good girl wala behavior. You know what? Again, it's the same things. Possess some boundaries. You must have some boundaries. You know what boundaries basically means? You are a friend, group of friend, and you're okay, you're allowing people to talk about this about you, but they're not allowed to talk about that. They're not allowed to talk about a certain which you're not to a certain extent above that which you're not comfortable with. Make sure you have this. If you don't possess boundaries, again the same thing will continue. Okay, so carry on with that good girl wala behavior. It is important. Good girls does not exist now. You carry on with that, but make sure you alter that a bit. Hope so I've answered your question, Bhumika. Rakshit Mandana asked, one word or sentence to the following. To the one first thing, Virosh, actually I wasn't knowing about this. I googled it and I got to know that it's with the marriage of Vijay and Rashmika Mandana. So yeah, I'm someone who does not follow Bollywood, Hollywood, pop culture, music industry and all that stuff. So I'm really wrong person to tell a word or thing about that. I just pray to God. I hope that we don't listen the news of their marriage, that extreme condition of marriage which usually happens with celebrities. I hope that does not happen. That's the only thing I could tell. Regarding the second and third point which you have mentioned, yeah, it is pretty much irrelevant to me, honestly. The fourth one, connect a professor proposes to a 19-year student. You know what? This brings me to the concept of the thing, ethics, moral values. You must be educated, but more importantly, you must have ethics. You must have good values. If you don't have those good values, ethics with you, this is what happens, though you're educated. So it is, this incident gives a message to all the students out here for us. that it is so important, to build some good ethics, good, moral values. If not, even we might end up, in these kind of things. So yeah, please, education is important. Be, educate yourself formally, self, all that stuff, but possess good values also. That is important. Learn the good things, all the good things. Learn about religion, don't forget that. These are the things which, makes you a good human being. Having people, yeah, इतने सारे questions तुम लोगों ने पूछे हैं, I'm tired answering your questions. Okay, let's bring up some energy, guys. Yeah. The next question, Mahi asks again. Oh, Mahi, CS person. Anyways, bro, I'm a shy person. That's why I'm asking this question. Okay, how will you be able to make new friends in college? Like, give some tips. What is the advice that you give your younger self and younger generation? It would be glad. And if you consider this question, thank you for the help in academic. Thank you, bro. Welcome. For the thanks website. And regarding the, friends, yeah, friends ban jayenge. The only message tip I would like to give you is that be patient. You might not find the exact friends as you had in your PUC. There might be entirely different. So you have to adjust, you have to adapt, and you have to be patient also. You will get into the group, you will get into the same vibe matching friends, but it will take some time. Okay, so make sure you're patient, but don't judge people based on their looks, based on how they look. Yeah, that is the worst thing which you can do. There might be people telling God bless you, Preetya Vidyathikale, and when you see their character, when you see what they are actually are, they might be entirely different. So this is how people are, right? So don't judge on what they tell, what they seem to be, what they look like, but rather than that, talk with everybody. That's why when you judge people, you don't talk with everyone. So talk with everyone, try to understand everyone, and figure out your circle. That's what I would like to tell you, Mahi. Fatima asks, what is the one thing which you hoped, fear we won't ask? Oh my God, Fatima. I mean, honestly, how can someone think to this extent, boss? Really, Fatima, I would, really like to, get some help from you as to how can you think to this extent. That is truly, commendable. I mean, if this question was taken from ChatGPT, or if this question was taken from any other YouTube channel wherein you saw that, it is not really special. If you really think, if you've thought this from your own, then I have to salute your thought process. I have to salute your intelligence. Keep it up. But the question might be very interesting, but the answer isn't. Yeah, see, what I would think, what possibly I could fear of. Maybe you might be asking me about my love life, which I would answer at the end. About my earnings, I have been, quite, open about that. That's it. Yeah, darunga. There was nothing apart from that. Honestly, I was very open key. Let people ask whatever they want, and I would answer honestly. So yeah, that is what it is, Fatima. Mohammad Muiz Mutubai ask, आपकी सबसे embarrassing situation के बारे में बोलो. Thank you, help me very much in my exams. Welcome, Mutubai. Embarrassing situation. Honestly, I thought twice before telling this, but let me tell you. Back then when I was in my PUC, what happened is that we all three friends, okay, we went to Chickpet. Okay, for the ones who don't know, Chickpet is a big market, wholesale market, and we went there to buy books. Okay, Second PUC books. Avenue Road we went. So Chickpet is a place, Avenue Road. There are a lot of different streets, roads, places in Chickpet as a whole. So in a particular road, you'll get every little thing about a certain niche of category of a product. For example, Avenue Road you get books, SP Road you get all the electronic items like that. So we had bought books, whatever was required for us, and then we went to a mosque to pray, and we were looking out for some good place to eat. In meanwhile, we went to a place there in Chickpet, exploring Chickpet. The entire place, that road was of utensils, vessels which we use in the kitchen. So that was the place. So seeing that, one of my friends, we were three, okay, and I was in the middle. I was walking in the middle. Okay, one of my friends said me ki bro, मैंने video देखा था that these non-stick utensils are not good for health, but we see in our families they use these kind of things. What should we do? So discussing somewhere around that. And meanwhile in this discussion it बहुत जोर से मैं ये बता दिया था कि bro, the brass utensils are really good for health. The moment I said this, I don't know what happened. All the uncle aunties walking around us suddenly saw me like this, like this. They are staring on me like anything. I was like, what has happened? Both of my friends who are in my right and left, they're like this, they're acting like this. I was like, bhai, हुआ क्या है? Honestly, you search on Google. Literally, brass utensils are very good. They are very good for health. We have to, inculcate this. We have to use this. I was telling them. I was like, भाई क्या हुआ? क्या बता तो दे मैंने क्या गलत कर दिया? Because till this moment I had not realized, my mistake. So, धीरे से मुझे बोलता है, bro, you are, when you are telling this, you are meaning BRASS, double S. This is a material of utensil I'm mentioning. But what all people are considering that to be BRAS. Okay, so this is the reason why you are getting that wild looks on you, and this is why we are running from you. That is the reason. So yeah, this moment was truly embarrassing for me. I was like, come on, how can this even happen? I was so pissed that day. I was like, it happens. This is what embarrassing situation looks like. So honestly, yeah, I hope this never happens ever. Something like this, or exactly this ever in my life again, or to any of other one. बहुत गंदी वाली बेइज्जती हो जाती है, bro. So yeah, this was the embarrassing situation, Muthu bhai. Honestly, that was crazy. Mohammed Nimraz asks next question. What were your plans before starting PME mentorship and YouTube? What's up? Yeah, the only reason I did this was, see, this is something which I really strive for. I really get satisfying, guiding people. And see, I've made certain set of mistakes. Kitna hi acha hoga agar main wo mistakes tumhe bata दूं and you refrain from doing mistakes. It is something, a noble thing. Yeah, it is a great thing. So I used to do this, offline to my juniors before PUC made easy as well. So my thought was to scale this to a greater extent, to help many people. Then I thought, how can that happen? What is the execution process? The only thing I could think of that is starting a YouTube channel, and that's how PME, came into being. And we have seen the great journey of PME so far. The second is, what are your life and career interests before and after PME? It does not change. It has been the same. Third, what were the most cringiest moments in your life? Yeah, I'm not a cringy person, so I don't think so there is any cringiest moments. Which were the most happiest moment in your life? Happiest moment, there are many, honestly, but reading your comments is one of the most happiest moments in my life. Yeah, it truly, it fills out my entire heart with love, like anything. I truly, feel so satisfied, for the decision I made of starting the YouTube channel. What made you to start PME? Bata diya. Okay, that's what it is. Next, Preetham asks, again, same question, what made you to start PU, and this is the reason. Second, did you fell in church with anyone? भाई प्रीतम पूछना क्या चाह रहा है? Did you fell in church with anyone? What is this? Are you asking, have I ever been to church? Are you asking, have I been fell in love with anyone? But पूछना क्या चाह रहा है तू? First clarify that. The other question is, any illegal things? No यार, मैं बहुत decent लड़का हूँ, बहुत अच्छा लड़का हूँ, that शर्मा जी का लड़का, so I'm that. क्या ही illegal कर लूँगा बताओ? Which game do you play? Minecraft, या Free Fire or BGMI? Literally none among this. यार, I don't like to play any games. मुझे कोई games नहीं आते. I'm least bothered and least interested about things. A few more questions. Next question by Priya. When is your birthday? Yeah, honestly, even if I tell you, even if there is no point of wishing me on that particular day, because it's been past 3-4 years that I've stopped celebrating my birthday, because I believe differently. Yeah? Let's suppose, the total years in your life, which God has given you is 60. Okay, let's consider this. Now you have lived 19 years of life, and let's suppose tomorrow is your birthday, and you're going to turn 20. See to the mathematics a little bit. How many years were you left out with? If it was 60, till today, 41 years. Okay, as a whole 41 bache hain. The moment you turn 20, 40 years are left. The moment you turn 21, 39 years is left. So every year passing on in your life, the number of years left is reducing. So I believe that birthday is a day when you have to reflect upon your life. You have to consider that your life is getting reduced by every year. 1 year it is getting reduced. You have to see how good you have been, how bad you have been, what is the things you have to improve on. You have to do some charitable acts on that day. You have to pray to God to extend more, extent which you do. I think so this is all about birthday. I don't think so birthday is to be something to be celebrated. And honestly, this is my belief. You can believe how you want, and try to adapt, and try to understand that things people might believe, people might take things, perceive things differently. Comments में जाके लड़ना मत शुरू कर देना, ये क्या बिकासा चिरी है करके, we have to celebrate our birthday वगैरह वगैरह. It depends on you, yeah. Honestly, this is what I believe. Try to be okay if others believe things differently. That is important for all sort of ships, relationships, friendships, everything. Okay, so last few questions. Subia asks, what do you want to be remembered for? Oh my god, $1 billion question, Subia, honestly. And I want to be remembered as the best person in their life, to whatever people possess relationship with me. For example, if it is my parents, I want them, to remember me as he was the best son. I want my sisters, to consider me as the, they got the best possible brother. They couldn't have got any better brother than me. My junior should consider me that, I was the best senior of them. So, this is what, I want to be remembered as a person who was the best, for them, a person who was supportive, a person who was there for them anytime they needed. That is what I want to be remembered as. Okay, so second question, do you love to have a collection of anything? Yes, but actually I'm someone who does not have any favorite bike, favorite car. I'm least bothered about materialist things, honestly. But the one thing, which I love to have the collection of is of perfumes. I have a few of them, and half of them is gifted because my family members know the key. That's the only thing I like. So yeah, this is the one thing which I would really spending a lot of money in, on getting good perfumes. That's the one thing. Next, last two questions, guys. The last second is from Jerome Victor. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong, Jerome. After one point, does it get hard to travel such a long distance in your case to Christ? Yeah, actually, yes. If it is more than 10 kilometers or something like that, it does get harder to a certain extent. Initially, I used to, change 3 buses. It was very stressful for me. But after a point of time, I got my scooter, so it is very easy. So it depends, if there's more buses, if the route is, very hectic traffic and all, it does, affect, to a certain extent. But if you are somehow able to manage that, because if it is a good college, then I think so you have to consider ROI more importantly. Last but not the least question, guys, by Rio Gaming. Crush Yaro Nimdo. I'm sure you'll have one. So as I promised you, let's talk about the love life towards the end. Yeah, see, about love life, everything was going normal until Jan 10th. So on Jan 10th, basically what happened is that I got my scooter. Okay, so before I got my scooter, so it was my crush, and then it got converted into a relationship girlfriend. Ade scooter a girlfriend, and then no, so now we're gonna marry. Okay, I know it is very stupid at this point of time, waiting so long and listening. This is really stupid, really freakingly stupid. I know, but yeah, this is what I believe. I think the relationships truly, let me tell you something which might be controversial maybe, but I don't care. Yeah, today's love is actually not love, it is actually lust, and that's what it is. The definition of love is entirely different. Love is something which does not carry the fear of losing someone. Okay, when you're in relationship, when you don't have that responsibility, your fear of losing, the boy won't be very rude, or he won't show his angry nature or stuff like that. Even the girl might not show her insecurities, because they know that if they end up doing that, they might losing the other person. They have that fear of losing. That's what happens in love, in this sort of relationships. But when it comes with responsibilities, taking all the responsibility, still loving, still caring, doing everything for them, sacrificing your life for them, that is what actually love is, which I consider which happens after marriage, when there is no fear of losing the other person, and there is a lot of responsibility. Still you love them, still you care about them, you still truly the same person what you want it to be. That is actually love. But before the marriage, what people are doing, I think so, that is purely lust, and there is nothing apart from that. Really, there are good cases also, I'm not denying that, but I'm talking about the majority ones. So yeah, this is what it is. I don't have any exes, I don't have any crushes, and I don't have any girlfriends as a whole. So I believe the two things which I'm really very sure about in my life, very concerned, very important, are my career and religion. And if I get into these things, I think so both of these things will be hampered to extent I don't want to. Yeah, this is what it is. So yes guys, this is all the questions which you had asked me. Okay, and I hope so this was engaging, this was entertaining for you. We have discussed so many things, and yeah, make sure you share how you believe to these different things. Make sure you drop in your point of views, and I would really see into that. And what if someone's point of view changes my entire perspective. So do make sure that you comment on this video regarding all what you have heard, how differently you believe, or how likely you resonate or relate with these things. So yes, this is all for this video. Until next time, I say that, signing off. Bye bye.